Alright, so it's recording. I'm trying something new because for some reason it won't let me stream on here. But for one, I wanted to show you guys I was dead serious. This is my laptop. It's broken. That is the display screen. There's no actual cracks on it. But as you see, it is mine. Ta-da. It doesn't want to hook up to the TV. This is why I don't record. Well, not as often as I should. Anyway, let's set you up in this little redneck, little hitchy maneuver I did. And hopefully it doesn't fall over. It won't be winning if it doesn't. Okay. And you're blocked. Ha, insert joke here. What's up, guys? It's your girl, Harley Quinn saying. I'm recording this on YouTube. If I can edit it on YouTube, then I will. If not, that's fine too. I'm hoping that this way I can have videos longer than 15 minutes. If not, we'll find out if this cuts off on me. But I'm going to play around with a little bit of makeup. I'm going to sip a little bit of cheer wine. And we're going to have a little discussion about YouTube. Which is also why testing this stuff out, which I never have before, is beneficial. Because if this works out for me, then I will continue to be on the platform. Ooh, I'm running low. That's right, the girls are playing with my makeup. Which, by the way, part of the reason why I don't wear makeup all the time in my videos is, for one, I'm lazy, and for two, I want to do tutorial type stuff, but I'm broke, so I can't keep up with demand with all the new stuff coming out. But any which way you look at it, that's just how it is. And I'm not doing anything fancy. It's nothing y'all haven't seen before, so we'll just roll with it. Anyway, I've been keeping up with a bunch of receipts. I've tried contacting YouTube myself. I've been trying very hard to get information for you guys and trying very hard to help make a difference, because looking at what the issues are, wow, everything broke out of here. This is what happens when you have nieces. This didn't fall. This was brutally murdered. I love them to death. I do. But this is a lot more convenient to hold up for a mirror than my Jeffree Star palette, but besides the point. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. I've been getting as much information as I can on all this stuff concerning YouTube, the bans, and everything else. This little bit right here that I'm speaking of goes out directly to YouTube themselves. Honestly, whatever you do, you're going to do. No matter what we say as creators, influencers, anything like that, big or small. You're going to do what you want to. Susan, I'm talking about you. Yes, no, I'm absolutely sure of your name. But I also recognize that Susan herself is not the only voice and not the only proprietor and not the only person that affects YouTube at all. She's not. She may be the CEO, but that doesn't mean that she dictates and controls everything. She does not. She is but one person that answers for and to a crew, a team. This is a group effort to screw everybody over. That much is joking. There's no proof in that testimony. Although my opinion definitely feels it. Actually, I could have just put that right on my little fingers, because I'm just going to cover my whole face today. Why not? But anyway, as far as YouTube and this whole issue is concerned, I still have a very big problem with it. I don't agree with it at all. But from everything that I have looked into, everything that I have seen, I have not had a single... Well, that's not a lie. That would be... If I worded it that way, it would be a lie. I haven't gotten anything from YouTube about an updated policy. That policy was not supposed to be enacted until after December 10th. So after Black Friday, after all the money shopping and stuff like that, when it's closer to Christmas and the holidays, was when this update for the policy and everything else was supposed to go out. We were all supposed to get emails over in the past 7 or so days. In the past week, we've all supposed to have emails notifying us of the new policy change. I haven't gotten one. I looked through my email. I looked through both of my emails that could possibly be connected to YouTube. I didn't look through the Harley Quinn Shane email that I made specifically for you guys, because they shouldn't have anything to do with that one at all. And in case you're wondering what primer I'm using and you're watching this as any kind of tutorial, I'm using the Revlon Photo Ready. It's not great, but it's not bad either. My issue is actually spreading it out. But anyway, even though this policy change was not supposed to be enacted until after December began, obviously we are still in November, fresh and early, and that policy change has shown its face. Basically, that's what's happening to you guys. YouTube has taken it upon themselves to feel they have the right to deem whether or not your account deserves to be here or not. I can understand one side of doing things the way that they are, because depending on how it's executed, it can actually be a really good idea for preventing all the bots and all the fake accounts by judging how much somebody uses it and everything else. But at the same time, if that's what they are going for one, they need to make sure that is abundantly clear in the new policy so that way everybody knows. Basically, if you're inactive for blah 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 time to where you're costing us time and money just keeping your account around, you're going to get booted. That would make sense. They're not doing that. No, instead, the way they worded it is focusing on the monetary value, the kind of money they can make off of you. That's all they care about. But what they don't realize is, because they have conveniently connected it with Google themselves, all this is connected to your Google account, which I know I couldn't have a YouTube without having a Google account. That's how I log in. Google or Facebook, I think. I think Facebook too. But anyway, even with that being the case, sorry, I'm poking my eyeballs to taste a little focus. The only thing I don't like about that primer is when you actually use it appropriately, it just feels really thick and kind of grody. Anyway. Carry on! But since YouTube has decided that doing all this, not just with the YouTube accounts, which would make logical sense, but also doing this with the Google accounts, they are causing a detrimental effect that is going to mess up their monetary value on so many things, on so many levels. Screw it, we're going over our eyebrows too today, why not? But what YouTube isn't comprehending is by doing this, they are going to end up losing more monetary value than they will gain by getting rid of the accounts. Because once you block and terminate that Google account, anybody that is an active Google Play user or anything like that, they're going to lose their ability to go on their Google Play. They're going to lose the ability to buy and download apps. Google will lose money. They will have to create new accounts and go through this whole process. And then people are going to be really pissed because they just lost all the stuff they've already bought. And that's not going to do anybody favors now, is it? No. The answer is no. It is not. But not only are they going to lose money in that aspect, I think I'll just do the tops first and then do the rest of the face. Hopefully this will work. Foundation that I am using is Born This Way Foundation by Too Faced, and quite frankly, I'll be blunt, it's shit. It does no favors for my skin. I just use it because it's all I have anymore. It's the closest I can find to my skin tone, and as y'all can tell, it's still too yellow for me. It just, nothing works on me, so we're gonna go with what I got. Anyway, now I'm gonna pull out all the brushes and start playing with my favorite palette. One of the very few palettes I own. Also got my Morphe one sitting over here, but since I'm wearing my Jeffree Star hoodie like every other video, I might as well go with my Jeffree Star palette. Keep with the theme, it's all red, just like my bleeding, beating heart. But I will be putting on some baby lips after I get the cheer white off my mouth. But, what they're not realizing is their attempt for whatever the hell they're doing, honestly. I don't even think it's just to get rid of the bots anymore. I think it's just because they want to make money and that's all they care about now. What they don't realize is they're about to lose a lot more than they could ever gain. Which is sad, it honestly is, because all it's going to do is hurt and butcher all the other creators and stuff. Like, it really is. I calls it how's I sees it. I want that one. I'm gonna dip into sugar cane and try to do this where I don't totally block you guys out. But basically the short of it is YouTube is causing more harm than it is good. They're going to lose ad revenue. They're going to lose people that use this stuff to begin with because they're going to be more concerned with protecting their Google accounts than they are their YouTube accounts. Let's face it. Because one thing that was confirmed fact is over 4 million people had their accounts banned and or terminated in the span of the past few days. In the beauty community, one that had their account terminated, that hell, he had it for a couple hours because he knows how to run his mouth. James Charles, perfect example. His was terminated. There was somebody else that I don't know offhand. They were terminated. But also normal everyday people had their accounts terminated as well. Which, that doesn't bode well. Now does it? Well, at least I found my real concealer, so I can actually use concealer to do a cut crease if I wanted to. Right now, there's no rhyme or reason to my makeup. I'm literally just doing it because I want to. Like, I don't plan on putting foundation all over my face unless I have to. It just blends out better with the primer on. But anyway, back to my little mini soapbox. Dip it into cake mix with that same brush. Go back into the same spot. I'm going to blend this all out later. It could be messy right now. But it's pretty damn ridiculous that they're doing all this, thinking they're doing something good when they're not. Which I do have to give a shout out, because one of you guys was actually sweet enough to help me save those videos I was talking about on Markiplier's Twitter and on his video. The 2 videos of Cody I was talking about, those have actually been saved. I will still have those even if I lose my account, luckily. But all these shenanigans that the YouTubes is a-doing is not okay. That should be fine. Oh yeah, there's still more product on that. Okay. I don't even know what that product was, but it's on my eyeball now. We'll fix it in a minute. Right now, I just wanted to blend this stuff. Actually, I can fix this. Where's my actual blender brush now that I've found it? It's back in my pose as shown. Just gonna clean it off. Full disclosure, I'm totally wearing PJs under all this right now. I'm wearing some Tweety Bird PJs. Big fluffy brush, soften out the edges, because real techniques hurt. They suck. Everybody gives them way too much credit. But I see the vision that YouTube has, but they are going about it the wrong way. There is a way to do all this that benefits them and also benefits the creators on here. There is a way to find a happy medium. There really is. They don't want to listen to reason. That's all there is to it. Alright, on screen it's not too totally terrible. But I don't know, I think that was the Morphe black that was, I accidentally had on that brush. Didn't fully clean out. It kind of turned it a little patchy. I think I recovered okay though. Can't complain too much. I mean, this isn't a makeup tutorial. It's not like I'm trying to be perfect. Hey, that dent actually shows up when I let down. That's weird. Oh, that is so weird. Okay. Childhood trauma is coming back to haunt me. How beautiful. Love it. I promise once I'm done playing with my eyeballs, me and you guys are going to be totally focused and having this conversation. I promise. So far I've made it to 16 plus minutes and it hasn't cut me off, and this is through YouTube, so we shall see. But what do I want to do, guys? What do I want to do to my eyeballs? Well, first things first, I do think I kind of want to brighten them up. Actually, maybe I'll go bold and go pink. I don't normally do that. Hello, Pigment. What's up? I forgot about you. I was thinking about a cut crease, but I changed my mind. Pack it on, blend it out in a minute. So I am going to blend the edges, make it look a little bit better, especially since it just screwed up right here. Gonna smear it out. Yes, I smeared it out. Okay. I fix the lazy way. I actually have a really pretty highlighter that's going to look really awesome over this, but I think I want to put candy floss in that last little bit. So I'm not going to change brushes. I'm just going to get most of it off so that way it still has a darker pink tone. Pack it on the rest of my eyeball. Yeah, because this color blends in really well with my transitions. I don't have to be perfect. I can be lazy. I know I like that option. Here we go. Find one of my smaller detailers. Because we are going to amp it up just a wee bit. Just a smidge. In a very specific area of my eyeball. This one should be fine. I think I'll go in with fresh meat. Right in here. Deepen up that pink. Because I can. If anything, I really wanted their freaking collab palette just because I really wanted that red. here's a thought for Jeffree Star. Holy crap, side note, completely detached from all the YouTube BS, just so we can have a little bit of joy and entertainment in our lives. Jeffree, baby, if you happen to watch this video, which I highly doubt, why the hell don't you do an interchangeable palette like ColourPop does? You have one stationary type palette that it looks like, and we can put so many of your colors in it. We can have our own personal palette. And if you happen to like a specific palette really, 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 really much, like a lot, you can make it a permanent part of the line. Or you can start adding more eyeshadows. You make your palettes, but you can sit there and sell the eyeshadows individually to put into these little palette things. Just a thought! That would be great. Because, like, 3 of these colors in here, freaking Tongue Pop, Cherry Soda, Prick, freaking, and the new one, what was it? Hot Dust, Hot Cheetos, something like that. Anyway, that one would be perfect. Just a little mini forward. Do those and go pick one of your fucking highlighters or something to throw in there. Be cool as shit. Anyway, just a thought. But back to what we were on about. Which I'm sorry I've been ripping my nose so much, guys. It's just dry. So it itches. I'm sure y'all have noticed it in the videos more often. I am a very dehydrated person, so bear with me. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was running my mouth about YouTube. One of the things that I found that would probably help YouTube out if they were to take anybody seriously other than themselves. For one, instead of knocking all the other creators and stuff like that that lost their accounts, trying to blame it all on them and stuff like that, take responsibility, full responsibility. If they haven't noticed anything about cancel culture, literally anybody can come back. And they're YouTube. I'm sure they will come back just fine. I actually want to use Tongue Pop for under my eyeballs. I'm trying not to completely block you guys out, which makes this more difficult. Because the more of this I try to do, the more that light starts showing. Because I have natural light coming in right now. I might have to turn on an overhead somewhere. Unfortunately. Honestly, when it comes to all this, I don't want to share too much of my ideas on how to help fix this on here, because either somebody is going to take the idea for themselves and say, oh, YouTube, look at this, and take all the credit for it when I'm legitimately just trying to help some people out, or just, it's just too much of a hassle. That's what it is. I have ideas, and it would be so much easier as I drop my brush and kick it away from me. It would be so much easier just to be able to talk to the team one-on-one, the YouTube team one-on-one, and be like, look, here's a couple of options that'll help your problem, it'll help everybody else's problem, make everybody happy, and also make it to where your bullshit terms of service could actually be manageable to where it's not as, harmful and detrimental to everybody else's accounts. To where it makes sense to everybody. Just a thought. Yeah, that added much more sparkle. That's what I needed in my life. I really wish I didn't lose my little itty bitty detailer. That'd be great. But no, I honestly think these ideas could help. But I'm too small. Nobody's gonna listen to me. Hell, right now I wouldn't listen to me. This is why I record and delete so much stuff out of my videos. Because, well, I go from one thought to the next and I get lost along the way. Just talking to myself. Which, by the way, that highlighter is Revolution Makeup Revolution London Strobe Highlighter. This one is in the shade Holographic Light. And the eyeliner I'm going to attempt to use with a mirror, because normally I just stand in one, is the H2O Proof by Wet n Wild. Basically in black. Nothing fancy. And I don't think I'm going to try for a wing, not without the big mirror. Oh God. How do these professionals do this without standing in a big mirror? To get those pretty little itty bitty baby wings I normally do that you see me with in my videos, yeah, I stand in front of this huge mirror so I can manipulate my eye wherever I need to manipulate it to get to the wing that I want. At this point, this is just detrimental to my damn health. Shit. Oh, that's all gonna be interconnected here in a minute. It's difficult. It's so much easier to do without being on camera and having to sit here, one spot, do it all as my daylight's going away because it's later than I thought. I gotta shake it up again. Tell you what though, this eyeliner is really dope about, you know, once it's on, it don't go nowhere. I can wash this off, sleep in it, and it'll still be there the next day. It's ridiculously awesome in that sense. Oh, here's the really hard part. This is one of those moments where I really wish I was ambidextrous. But one of the ideas I did have that I don't mind sharing because I have before, you gotta admit, that sound came out perfect. That's surprising. Alright, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna mess it up. I already know it. If I keep dibbling with it, I'm gonna mess it up. Put that down. Get my pencil liner. Really get into my eyeballs. Yeah. Much better. I blinked, but I fixed. Alright, that was something. LA Colors. I think that's the dark brown and not the actual black. Woo! I had to fix it, now my eyeball's bad. I don't know what my eyeball is supposed to be in my eyeball, but I use that stuff all the time. And normally I don't have a problem. There's a ladybug on my ceiling. Right there. Huh. See, this is why I play video games during my live streams. And that's a spider, that's not a ladybug. We're not going to pay attention to that. I don't think my eyeballs are watering anymore, so we're just going to leave him be. And if necessary, I will turn that big old light on here in a minute. Because we are about to the point where you and I are going to have a nice little heart-to-heart conversation. Just going to finish up these eyeballs. Now that I feel a little bit prettier. Whether or not I put on more lip balm or put on my Jeffree Star Cosmetics lip blah, or not is still yet to be seen. I might just go with my tried and true lip gloss, but that's besides the point. Alright, that pink was a really good idea. It's making my eyeballs pop. Alright, I gotta block you guys out. I'm sorry. Maybe you guys can still kind of see my face. Which makes me feel not as bad. Okay, I can live with that. I don't look as dead as before. It's the only lipstick I ever really use anymore. I used to use Kat Von D, but for one, it's separated in 2 months. Like, literally separated in 2 months after 2, what she did. I don't agree with her. I don't agree with her attitude. And for fuck's sake, vaccinate your kids. I would rather have an autistic baby, if that's even true, than a dead one. I'm just saying. But the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick that I use is right here. This is actually the first one that I ever bought. And it is in the shade Celebrity Skin. It's the only one I ever used. This thing, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's probably past expiration date. I think it's like 2 or 3 years old. And it still works fucking great, okay? It works great. It doesn't make my lips crack. It feels awesome. It's not as drying as over half of the ones I use. It's still drying as shit on me. Like, I need that. It is lip ammunition, and I need to try his lip ammunition. But otherwise, that's pretty dope. I'm gonna go cut that light on because it's starting to get too dark even for me. And I like the darkness. Mulberry bush, mulberry bush, mulberry bush. Is that better, guys? I think it is. That light still looks horrible on me, but screw it, we're gonna go with it. I'm not using the lipstick. It's too dry out. What I am going to use, even though it's been tainted by all the lipstick that I've put through it, it used to be clear, it is not anymore, is my Hard Candy Plumping Serum. It's basically their clear lipstick, or lip gloss. It's not clear anymore. I've used a lot of lipstick and stuff. Because just like that, it hydrates my lips so they don't look dead anymore. And I'll be confident enough to say my lips are the perfect shape. It's my gums that are the problem. So I don't need fillers and shit. I just need them to be hydrated so they actually have some color instead of being as pale as the rest of me. But with that, the makeup is done. I'm not doing anything with my hair. I'm here to be comfy. But yeah, for anybody that wants to know, the only palette I use today, Blood Sugar. Literally the only Jeffree Star palette I own because it's my favorite color. I'm going to someday have blue blood, and I will someday have half of the other ones. A couple of them I just don't like. But the only other palettes that I have that aren't shit are my Morphes. This one is $352. 350, 3502. And this is my 25A, because I'm more of a warm, pop out that red kind of person. But that's just because red's my favorite color, so that's why I roll with it. I might be a cool tone person, but I don't care. Red is my shiz. But anyway, back to why you're here. I've kind of dabbled in a little bit of what I think about all this YouTube stuff. But let's cut it to the case. Let's get real sweet and simple with it. Hopefully it lets me edit the video. If not, welcome to a bad habit. I do not support anybody that wants to do this or start this or anything else. I support anybody that wants to quit. I'm trying, but I'm weak. I'm not going to give you any excuse other than I'm weak, and it makes me feel joy. It is something I have control over in my life. That does not mean that smoking a cigarette will give you control over your life. That's just how I feel about it. That's why I started. That's why I haven't quit. It is a piss poor excuse. Everybody should be sober. Legal something says they're otherwise. Since YouTube's on a vengeance kick. But I'm not monetized, so I don't have to care. Block me, ban me, terminate me, I dare you. I'm trying to help you, YouTube. Do what you wish. But, number one, in the policy, it clearly states that basically if you don't provide any kind of monetary value to them, if they do not gain any kind of monetary value from you, and they don't get anything out of your channel, they will boot you. They will boot your Google account, your YouTube account, and everything else. So no, Markiplier, if you happen to watch this, no, it was not your stream that booted everybody. That one particular part, yes, it kind of kick-started it, but for everybody else, it wasn't just a stream, it wasn't just the spamming. What they have done, because the evidence is clearly there, they can't fake it, they can't hide it anymore. They put those policies that were not supposed to be issued until December in place. They put them in place early. My theory on this is they did that to test to see if it would transition well. Which, if that's the case, good thought, horrible execution. But the evidence is there. All the people on Markiplier's streams that were banned. All the random people that have been banned. That don't post videos and stuff. They literally use YouTube as it is, as entertainment to watch. Obviously, unless you have ad blockers on your computer. Which odds are those ad blockers came either from Apple or Google. In some way, shape, or form, all of these accounts that are owned by a person are giving YouTube monetary value. In some way, shape, or form, your account is making YouTube money. There's no denying that. If YouTube is a conglomerate, whatever the big fancy word is, if they're connected to Google, in some way, shape, or form, Google's always making money. Sad part is, if they were to share some of my videos more, to where I could actually get the proper stuff that I needed to make better videos, they would be supporting somebody with a cause. They would be making their cut. They would be making their money. I would be able to help charities. It would be mutually beneficial. And I would also be able to start showing you guys why I came on YouTube in the first place. My artwork. My actual artwork. I'm an artist. I am a freelance artist. Right over here is a painting that I've been working on. I paint. I sketch. I draw. I do charcoal. I sculpt. I am a jack of all trades when it comes to the field of art. Literally anything that can be construed as art, I do. Okay? I even went to the Art Institute of Charlotte. I think I started talking about this story before. So in some ways, that makes someone like me who has a broad, vast design that enjoys all these different things, we can bring multiple things to the table. We can set up multiple different accounts with specific things to where one person could bring in enough ad revenue for YouTube to get their cut for 5 or so channels for someone like me, so we don't have to feel limited to just one thing. We can have multiple channels. Most of our followers would be on all of them, let's face it, and it would be that vast. For yes, these channels do mean something. Just like I honestly believe YouTube should have it designed in a way to where even somebody like me can somehow gain some kind of monetary value. Like hooking us up with people they think would sponsor. They gain money, we gain money. Stuff like that. This thing they put in for the policy is not a good way to fix their problems. Their problem is they need to get more people in their automated systems, so that way they're actually reviewing this stuff and everything else instead of just running through a machine. Strike that. This is how it should be automated, because I just said it needs to be a 2-part system here. What should be automated is when we do upload our videos. So that way it checks for the following things. It checks for cursing, to where instead of completely demonetizing a video, it can still be open to any audience that is over the age of 18. If a parent is letting their child use their channels and stuff and do not have it set for child, that falls on the parent, not on YouTube. I'll say it right here in front of you, because a lot of my friends are parents. You guys know, if you're an adult, your stuff is set for adults and not children, and you're letting your kids watch it, which we all know, all little kids love to take our devices and take off. My nieces and nephews, my godchildren, all the children involved in my life, they take this stuff and go, your phone and stuff is gone. That's what they do. It's not YouTube's job to parent your kids. It's not YouTube's job to make sure everything is safe for your kids. It's your job as a parent. I'll call it out as it is. So that's number 1. For the cursing, nudity, lewdness, and stuff like that, yes, I do believe that should be automated, but that should not mean automatic demonetization. That just means that's where the automated system, since it goes through Google, should have ads attached to it that are okay with those kinds of things, and have the ads relate to whatever the video is about. Whether it's video games, whether it's makeup and stuff like that. Because I'll sit there and watch a freaking Markiplier video, which we all know he does games and his own projects. Or I'll watch Daz games, and I will see makeup stuff pop up. And this is before Daz did the thing where his girlfriend did his makeup. It pops up. All these weird ads. It should be related to what the content is. That should be automated. That way, instead of taking away monetary value from the creators, you are actually adding money into their pocket and your own, YouTube. It's simple. That should be automated. That takes care of one problem. Number 2, you're trying to get rid of bots. I can see it in all this stuff that you're setting up. Your biggest thing right now is trying to get rid of the bots. Trying to get rid of the fake accounts and keep the real ones. But the fact is, these bots are getting so good, there is no way to accurately get rid of all of them without hurting the people. This has been shown by this little trick you pulled without any warning. It did not go well. Obviously, it failed. Accept responsibility. That's number 3. Accept responsibility for what you've done. But back to number 2. When it comes to assessing this stuff, trying to get rid of the bots, that's where it goes through certain systems, posting the videos and stuff like that. After that point, that's when you have one specific dedicated team, because obviously you guys make enough money for this now. You have enough people on here making millions. You have a dedicated team that specifically goes through and searches for bots. And how you do that, every new channel that is created, even the ones that you're reinstating, that's when those, you can put a little monitor check on it or something in your own system, so you don't have to know about it, but you actually monitor how those channels work. You give them one warning email to let them know, look, If you do not comply with this, and this, we are going to terminate your account because we have reason to suspect that you are not a person, that you are a robot. Or you are not a real channel, you are not a real user. Give them the warning before you go and just terminate. That doesn't work. Obviously, it didn't. And make sure when you give this warning, if somebody has their stuff set up to where they get a text notification, make sure it goes through. If it doesn't go through, some people lose their service, just like I have, to where we won't get it. Make sure it goes through their email. Y'all have the ability to also put a notification right there on the YouTube itself. That way if they go check their notification, it'll be a notification or something that says, go check your email. There's been an email sent to you. They can go do that. It also helps prevent from people hacking and stuff like that because it's more security. And that's what that specific team would be for, is for that purpose. You hire more people for this job. You're helping job economy, not just here in the U.S., but all over the world. Wherever you need it to be, you can put a little small team at each station, whatever your biggest users of YouTube are. And you put them each to work on just that. That way you don't have to worry about people being fluent in language. They already are there from where they are. That would be part of the interview process. You've just created jobs, but you've also created more revenue for yourself by protecting everything. That's something that needs to be taken away from the computer, and it needs to be put back into people. Because there's a difference between somebody reading that going, that's obviously fucking fake, and, well, my system says blah 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 algorithm. Okay, bye. Wait, that was a person. Crap. Because obviously your YouTube team that is trying to do all these appeals, they aren't doing a good job. Now back to number 3. Accept responsibility for what you have done. At this point the damage is done. It's there. We've seen it. There is absolutely no way anybody is going to be 100%, oh, I don't care, unless they're ditzy and don't know what they're signing up for. The ones that do know, they're the ones that are going to spread the word, such as myself. They're the ones that aren't going to trust the platform anymore. So, that's where you need to accept responsibility and put as much action as you can into helping prevent this again. And helping those that have already lost their channels, their accounts, and everything else. More properly than you have. There's no reason it cannot be done. Call it as it is. Make that little bit of change. Now, number 4, to help with all this. Until all the accounts have been restored. Number 4 is simple. If there is any specific actions that you have seen, Team YouTube, that you have seen that have caused all the algorithms to automatically assume that these accounts are not real, disable those things temporarily, such as commenting on videos or anything like that that could be misconstrued as spam or those sort of affiliated things. Put a temporary block on them, put out a notice, make it something that's big and bold on our screens when we get onto YouTube. Notice, blah 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 has been blocked temporarily until such and such is resolved. That falls back into number 3, which shows you're accepting responsibility for your actions. It takes care of the problem. Ta-da! And then number 5. Now you've got a team specifically focused on trying to find the bots. That's taken care of. Now you've found a new way that works for both creators and ads to make money on both sides. So everybody is happy, everybody's getting money in their pockets, and everything else. And here's a fun one, number 6, this is just a thought. A lot of creators actually support charities and stuff like that. Instead of just having them support them on their own, you can actually give an option now to where if they want to, such and such % of your ad revenue or revenue of any kind connected to your videos that goes through YouTube goes to such and such charity that you support. That looks better on YouTube, but that also helps the creators. Because then it'll always be put as a link in their bios or whatever that such and such charity is supported. Because a lot more people want to see good in the world than they want to see misery and distress. Even with all the joking videos of near-death experiences and stuff like that, even the most morbid person will see how that could be beneficial in some way, shape, or form. That starts pulling more of the people you want on your channel in, and start pushing away a lot of the people you don't want on your channel. And honestly, it also leaves the creators, it also leaves a lot of the power into their own hands. Either they want to show that they're a decent human being or they don't, and that leaves a lot of perception on all of the other people that follow them to them. That'll make or break a lot of people, whether they want to help or they just don't care, they want all the money for themselves. That's what I honestly believe could help and should help. And if you're wanting to try to get this to where you gain more monetary value, this is number 7, just a thought. Offer more ways to help people that are small but are seriously wanting to make this a career. Offer more ways to help them to grow their channel and to help benefit you guys as much as it would benefit them to get more viewers on, watching more time and stuff on here. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is meant to be entertainment. Whether it's educational entertainment, humorous entertainment, any kind of entertainment, at the end of the day, that is the goal. It is to be entertainment, because the more somebody is watching YouTube, the more time they're spending on here, the more ads can go out. It's a mutually beneficial situation. It does not have to rely solely on subscriptions of monetary gain. That's the word of the day, I guess. But it can be mutually beneficial. These are just a couple of my thoughts on that, couple ideas to help, and trust me, I have many, many more, but a lot of that has to do with the fact that I do have a little bit of experience with coding, even though I hate coding more than anything in the world, and I've also been an employee of Radio Shack for a very long time. I was actually getting training to be a manager. I was essentially an assistant manager at my store because the position itself was taken away due to a past assistant manager that was stealing. So anybody that was a key holder had the responsibilities of an assistant manager. I have got to see front-hand, personal, right there, face-to-face, the failings of Radio Shack. Which, as we all know, anybody that's been around, is almost completely gone. Radio Shack is pretty much dead. I cannot find a store in North Carolina anymore. There used to at least be one left in Charlotte. I have yet to find it again. It may still be there and moved. I do not know, but Radio Shack is pretty dead. And that's a good example of what not to do. I hope you hear me, YouTube. I really do. Because I do want what's best for you guys. And also, for any of you that are my followers, or anybody that just so happened to decide to watch this video, I'm glad you watched it all the way to the end. I'm sorry, there's probably going to be little to no edits. Like I said, I'm testing it through YouTube itself. We'll see how it goes. And if you guys like me sitting down and doing makeup and stuff like that while I chit-chat with you guys, no matter how ADHD-driven it is and I lose track of where I am, if you guys enjoy this, let me know. Don't tell me in the comments. I have a Twitter. It is Miseo_Soji. You will find the link in my bio description, which is down below. I have an Instagram, which is Harley Quinn Sane. I have a Facebook page dedicated to this, which is Harley Quinn Sane. But I also have a Facebook account dedicated to this, which is Harley Quinn Sane. All just for this. I do technically have a Snapchat, but until I fix my phone, I will not have any of those apps back. Everything that I'm using now relies on my Safari. So, for anybody that's joined me, thanks for watching. Hopefully I had y'all giggling a little bit. Hopefully y'all were entertained. And just be careful. Actually read this stuff. Don't just blow through it anymore. Obviously things are changing for better or worse. And I really hope that YouTube actually gets to hit. I do legitimately want to help the platform. I don't want to see it fail. I don't want to see it fall apart. I want to help YouTube as much as I can. I do enjoy it on here. Like I've said before, it's very therapeutic for me with everything that I've gone through. But at the same time, I can't sit back and just be like, oh, well, I like it, so whatever they do, I don't care. Because that's not true. At the end of the day, I care about you guys a lot more than I do myself. YouTube included. But for those of you that have been around, thank you guys for watching. And now you get to see me come up to the phone and tell you, this is your girl, Harley Quinn Sane, signing out. Bye, guys.